Why your 401k is forcing you to retire poor. Welcome back to the Wealth Outside of Wall Street channel, my friends, where you learn to get your money off of Wall Street into your hands and retire in 10 years or less. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, which is really throwing rocks at what is traditionally believed to be your most profitable and most successful retirement strategy. Listen, I've met with thousands of people over the years, and without a doubt, without fail, every single one of them are putting or have been putting money into their company-sponsored 401k. If you're watching this video, have you been or are you putting money into your 401k? We're told that this is the holy grail of traditional retirement planning. But is it true? Listen, everywhere you look, every online article says there's a crisis in the world of retirement planning, but yet we keep putting money into these sacred cow accounts of a 401k. So today in this video, we're going to talk about why your 401k is actually forcing you to retire poor. Now, the reason most people put their money into a 401k is because it's number one, it's what everyone else is doing, and number two, most companies, as a way to offer some bonuses and benefits to their employees, give them a company-sponsored match. And we're told that that is free money. Why would I not put money into an account where I get the free money along with it? Have you ever thought that? I know for me, that was part of my upbringing, was you max out your 401k. Once you've done that, then you open up another IRA and you keep that going. But my friends, today what we're gonna do is we're gonna do just a little case study using a simple number to help you see that in the world of 401k investing, everyone else is making money and you are losing. You are retiring poor. In fact, your 401k is the reason there's a retirement crisis. So let's consider this. If you put $1,000 into your 401k, what does that actually mean? A 401k isn't really an investment, right? A 401k is just a tax qualification, and now your money's in a place where it can be invested on your behalf. And so when you put your money in a 401k, your money is then allocated to mutual funds, some form of a mutual fund, whether that is something that your company gives you access to or the 401k provider gives you access to. Your money is now tied to the stock market in some form or fashion. Now, most people tell me that they believe inside of their 401k, they're earning somewhere between as low as maybe 6% all the way up to 12%. So let's just take an 8% return and let's kind of model this out. So if you put $1,000 in that 401k at age 20 and let that sit there all the way until age 85, earning an 8% return, that $1,000 will grow to $148,000. $780 to be specific. But here's where the problem starts to break down. Once you put that money into that account, you don't actually control it anymore. Think about the last time you went out to a store to buy something. Without question, you knew exactly what it cost you, and if you decided to buy that thing, it was because you assumed that that thing was going to give you more value than it actually cost you, right? That's the whole transaction in a consumer world. But do you know how much money it's costing you to have your money in a 401k managed by someone else? So the way most of these 401ks work is there is a series of assets under management fees, and these are expressed as percentages. So let's use a very standard management fee, 2.5%. So when you think about that, 2.5%, it doesn't really sound like that much, right? A 2% fee, no big deal. But here's what I want you to consider. You thought you were going to be earning 8, right? Because the market's earning 8, and so you think you're going to get that. Now, if you're paying a 2.5% management fee to Wall Street, your gross return is 8%, but your net return after the management fee is 5.5%. Now, here's where this gets crazy. Your $1,000 compounding at 5.5% from age 20 all the way to age 85, under that scenario, it grows to just under $30,000. $28,698 to be specific. My friends, you are going to start off with just over $140,000. Now, in this example, because your money compounded at 5.5%, because Wall Street was taking money off the top, you only end up with $28,000. That's an 80% difference of what you thought you would have versus what you ultimately end up having. Now, my friends, this seemingly small 2.5% fee wipes out most of your retirement assets and most of your retirement dreams, but it doesn't stop there. In fact, John Bogle talked about this as the tyranny of compounding fees. Because here's the crazy part. Every single year, whether your account is up or your account is down, you're being charged a management fee for the privilege of sending your money to Wall Street, right? And most people at Wall Street, I'm sure they're good people trying to do their best, but at the end of the day, they don't know you. They don't know what your retirement goals are. They have no connection to what they're actually doing for you? They're just managing a big pool of money. And at the end of the day, you can go watch some of our other videos. They don't control the outcome of the stock market. You don't control the outcome of the stock market. And whether you lose or win, they get paid no matter what. Their assets under management fee gets paid every single year. So now here's the next thing. We are not done yet. Ultimately, what you've done when you've put your money in a 401k or any other tax deferred vehicle is, without probably knowing it, you've gone into a partnership. Now, who is this partnership with? Well, it's with the US government. You have taken an account and taken on a partnership where you've deferred your taxes. Now, most CPAs today, they tell you that putting your money in a 401k or an IRA is a tax deduction or a tax benefit. It feels kind of like that today, right? Because you get to deduct your contributions that you make today on today's dollars, but now you've shifted your biggest liability, your taxes, to the future. So when you look at your account balance and it says $30,000, you're already kind of sad because it's a lot lower than what it could have been. But now you kind of think that that $30,000 is yours, but not so fast. It's not yours. Once you get ready to start taking your money out, what has to happen? Well, you've entered a partnership with the US tax code. In this partnership, the government, gets to choose how much of your money they actually own. Like, you know what the tax rates are today, but do you have any idea what those tax rates will be tomorrow? So you don't actually get to choose what your tax rate is. They get to choose that. That's number one. Number two, they don't put in any of the money or take any of the risk. You put in all of the money, you take all of the risk. And number three, you do all of the work. So in this partnership, the IRS gets to tell you at a future date how much of your money they own, while you take all the risk, you do all the work, and you put all the money up. So does that sound like a very good partnership to you? Not for me. I can't even imagine that. But here's how this would be. Let's say you retire in a 35% overall tax bracket between state taxes and federal taxes. That means before you can take your money out of that 401k, before you can ever go out and spend that money on retirement, you have to satisfy your deferred tax liabilities. And at 35%, my friends, that means $10,500 of those dollars, of those $30,000, they're not actually yours. They are the government's. And even though you see it in that account, you don't actually get to touch that portion of the money. The government gets to take it right off the top. So what that means is, in this entire scenario, tracking that one single $1,000 all the way through, it could have been $148,000, but because Wall Street takes their management fees off the top, you ended up with $28,000. And then before you get to take that money for yourself, you have to square up with the tax man. Meaning, at the end of all of this, at the end of a 65-year time span, you end up with $19,500. That's an 87% difference of what it could have been, what you thought it was going to be versus what it is. My friends, your 401k is forcing you to retire poor because you don't understand the rules of the game. This video is meant to show you not only the rules of the game, but the math behind those rules. Most people just don't understand the math. And if you don't understand the math, then any number, when your financial advisor tells you the market did 8% or 9% or 10%, you think you're getting that. But that's not how the math works. That's not how this works. And that ultimately is the driving force behind why there is such a retirement crisis. Most people are blindly choosing to put their faith and their money and their future dreams into accounts where 87% of that account goes to someone else and you get whatever's left over. I mean, imagine that. So my friends, if you like this video, subscribe. If you like this video, give me some comments down below. Tell me if you agree with me. Tell me if you disagree with me. Help me understand your perspective around money, because at the end of the day, this channel is about doing one thing. It's about empowering you with your money, because your money is a tool. So my friends, take a moment, comment below. I'll get back to you on those comments. And if you like this video, then make sure to watch the next video in this sequence where we're going to continue to discuss how you can master your money and use it as a tool to build and live a life of your dreams. Fearless.